The Protectors of the Wood Adventure Series. Episode number 172. The Root Cavern. The light of the Mapstick grew in power as they entered the cavern. Moonlight seemed to cover the vast area ahead of them. The walls were smooth for the lower 20 or 30 feet, and then irregular with stalactites as the upper walls curved into an immense domed ceiling. The smooth lower area of the walls were covered with reddish drawings, like letters or tiny pictures with a meaning. There were stick figures, swirls, abstract shapes of all kinds, some recognizable to Abby from the carvings on the Mapstick.
Wendy! Wendy! These are people of the Mapstick!
Wendy motioned for her to hurry. A fork in the path became a curving, stalactite-lined avenue, making a circle around the entire cavern. They took the right-hand way. Abby was stunned by the continual multitude of dark red drawings on pale stone, outlined into countless squares or rectangles about 2 or 3 feet in length and width. They were piled up, one on the other like blocks. The effect was overwhelming. She turned away from the hundreds of drawings and gazed toward the middle of this cathedral-like space. A large gray stone platform, carved into the form of a circle, occupied the center of the cavern.
I have to see this. The Mapstick shines in the upper half of that polished sphere of dreamstone, resting in a sort of nest on that platform. Oh my, is that something for me today?
Wendy had continued walking along the avenue, around the immense hallway. Abby hurried to catch up. At the far end, they arrived at a high stone table, like an altar as big as a large car. The smooth gray stone was hollowed out below, creating a space about 4 feet square. Abby noticed a deep hole about the width of a finger in the center of the table, surrounded by an ever-widening spiral design carved into the stone. Wendy continued walking. Abby resisted the urge to ask questions. Only the soft padding of their footsteps and the distant sound of rushing water echoed through the cavern. They completed the long circle and stopped back at the entrance.
So, I don't know what to say. I can't recognize the sound of my voice. So, I do feel ashamed to have doubted you, but what is this? What was it for? What should I do?
What it was for then and what it's for now are the same. Even though in times long past we would be many people, perhaps 20 or 30, mostly young people like yourself. This is the Root Cavern, a root of the world tree, a place to see the vision stone and see the flame rise from the table. Today, we mostly use that flame above ground. But then it was a miracle for special occasions, as far as we know. The leaders would create a sort of balloon of water and decomposing material under the table. And over time, enough gas would accumulate to allow them to light a tall flame for the ceremony. A flame that would fill this whole room with light. When the flame arose, the coming of age ceremony would begin, with young men and women looking in the stone, and then adding drawings of their experience on the walls. This is something for you, if you wish it. Your coming of age, changing from a child into a person with responsibility for our world. Hopefully, you will see something the spirit is asking of you.
What spirit is that?
The soul of this world. Wisdom. The spirit of life. With a message for you today. Later on, sometime in the perhaps distant future, you may hear from the sky, the spirit of the universe. But right now, we are interested in our responsibility for the future of life on Earth. Sophia says, those who find me find life.
How do you know all of this?
We can talk about that tomorrow. Right now, you must choose. I will fade into the background. If you choose to look into the stone and want to add your message to the wall, I have the red paint and the short brushes we used to draw. I will be back at the entrance. You have an hour, maybe an hour and a half. Then we return.
Isn't this too much for me? Can I handle all this?
Abby was thinking.
Maybe there's a road ahead for me. Maybe I haven't failed. I have to at least try.
She nodded to Wendy and continued along the avenue, back the way she had come.
I need some shred of understanding from the pictures. What can they mean? I'm not familiar with any of this. This bewildering hundreds of irregular squares full of dense writing? How do I participate in this?
Follow Wendy's directions, one thing at a time. And there's only so much time.
Abby began walking around the central platform, coming closer and closer with each turn, like a spiral running inward. Eventually, she was walking next to the circular bench surrounding the vision stone. It glowed in the blue light of her staff and seemed to draw her in. She kneeled on the bench, leaning over the marvelous smooth sphere, like a planet before her. Shadows and darkness seemed to be all around her, and then the light of her staff shone like the moon.
Where am I? I'm surrounded by dirt and roots and stones, like a mole or a badger, an animal underground. But I'm so tired. I need to climb up out of here. And there's the golden light ahead. And there is a field of bright sunlight, full of people of all kinds, wandering here and there. And look at that tree! A gigantic beech tree rising to the sky, with the gray bark, silver branches, and dark leaves. It's much taller and broader than anything I've ever seen before, Enormous roots like thick, curving snakes spread out across the field and disappeared deep into the earth. I have no idea how deep these roots go, or how high that tree grows into the endless sky. But the field itself has borders, white walls far away. But look at this mass of people, buying and selling, walking and running, playing and working. They are somehow in distress. They seem angry, afraid, late and in a hurry, sick and struggling in pain, or lost and unable to find their way home. Look! Large angry throngs clearly in conflict. Children are shocked, timid, miserable. Storm clouds covering the sun. The wind picks up. Please, what's the trouble? What's going on? People young and old surround me, looking for answers. Why me? They think I know? This is scary. I have no place to walk. But look, some of those people are protecting me. They're like a cushion all around me. And we have a way to go, around and around the tree. But I can't just listen. I have to organize this mob, or my small group will be crushed. I need a way to go.
Listen. Move closer to the tree. Fan out and lead people along. You must go around, not too close and not too far away. That's it. Curve, lead the throng, and more will join the march.
Yes, more people join. An ever-increasing movement circumambulating the tree. And the tree is the center of the world. The only way that people can tell where they are and where they're going. We have shelter and purpose for all, because as we march, the tree grows, larger and larger, and now it is not only the center of the world, but as big as the world, the protector and creator for all.
The thought struck Abby with relief so intense that she burst into tears of happiness. She felt herself in Wendy's warm embrace and wept on her shoulder. As she recovered, Wendy handed her the bowl of paint and a brush and led her to a stone along the wall where she could climb up and mark off a vacant square of wall. Blinking through tears, she made signs with the brush that referred to her field of people, the tree, and the long march. It did not take long. In a daze of happiness, they began the journey home.
I've come a long way from my home in the sky, because I love this world with all of my might. So make it the best it can possibly be. That's my gift to you and your gift to me. Like an angel that comes and goes, the mystery sends me like a wind that blows. You can't see it, but it's here right now. You think I'm gone, but I'm with you now. little house I've lived in so long. This lovely life where I belong. I'll miss you when I'm gone, but I'll be back when you hear this song. My work here is over now, but it all begins again somehow. I'm sad to see the time go by, but I'll be here again when I hear you cry. Take a look all around you. Take a look all inside you. Take a look at all the love you see. Will live on forever. It will always be. We live in love and wonder why every little thing must live and die. But the spark that's in you goes on and on. Wherever it is where you belong. I care about you as the days go by. The spark that's in you will never die.
Trillions of living things are everywhere around. Our lives are all planted deep into the sacred ground. There's everything to love and everything to fear. It's planet Earth in the universe and nature lives here. It's planet Earth in the universe and nature lives here. It's planet Earth in the universe and nature lives here. It's planet Earth in the universe and nature lives here. And nature lives here.